Hey everybody, this is Dan for GemmyD on Cars. Now I'm here with my buddy Will, and we are taking a look at his car today. Now, I've known Will for about 5 years since I moved into the neighborhood, and this is his 5th car in 5 years. So I like to think that this car he will be holding on to for more than 12 calendar months. I always like to jab him. My last car I had for 11 years, and it's just he goes through cars quickly. But he's a car guy through and through. So what we're taking a look at today is a 2017 Audi S7. And this car is finished in Sepang blue. I think it's an absolutely beautiful blue color. This car has a 4-liter twin-turbo V8, 450 horsepower, 406 foot-pounds of torque. This car will go 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds, right about 3.9. So we're gonna take a look, go through everything this car has. We're gonna get it on the road in the next video. So let's take a look at the S7. Okay, so when Will was looking for a car, he considered a couple options. Most were German. There was an American sedan that he considered, but I won't even tell you what it was. So he was looking at like a GLC 63. He tossed around the idea of like some performance SUVs, but I think his heart was always here in a German sports sedan. So tell us a little bit about sort of why you picked this car specifically.
So all-wheel drive, it's a sedan. And I love the hatch look. Mm-hmm. The silhouette of this car, the side profile, it's I don't think there's another car out there that does it as well, mm-hmm. or a manufacturer that does it as well.
Yeah, like some of the research I did, they said that this is pretty much like an ageless beauty. I mean, this car is only 3 years old, but I think this generation of A7 looks 95% as good as the 2020 and 2021 Audi S7. Now, I have a little bit of experience with some competitors of this car. Like this year I just drove a BMW M6 Grand Coupe, and a couple years ago I drove a Mercedes CLS 550, which the M6 is similar, has like 120 more horsepower, so it's a little bit quicker, but 450 is nothing to shake a stick at. And the Mercedes CLS was nice, but this car is every bit as gorgeous, especially in this color. So, I mean, his last car, which he still has, is an Audi Q7, which is now his wife's car. So I think he's always gone towards the Audi, selections of sports sedans. So I think this car is absolutely gorgeous. Now, when he got this car, the rims that are on this are Lexani. They actually came with the car. This had the Audi stock, 5-spoke wheel design, which I'll flash a picture on the screen. But these wheels look absolutely gorgeous with the red calipers and the blue color. We'll touch on that when we go around. But yeah, he was always gravitating towards the Audis because that's just what he prefers. He was born in Germany, and that's what he likes, which you can't fault, because this is definitely a beautiful car. So he always liked the black optic package too, which this car has. We'll get into when we show you around. But
another big factor too is I'm a tall guy. I'm 6'2".
Yeah.
About 230 pounds, and I can't fit in some cars, and I have to have leg room.
Right.
And if I want anybody behind me, it has to be sort of a bigger car. So
yeah.
An AMG, the 63s, the E63s, these. And outside of that, I wasn't really a big fan. I'm not a big fan of BMWs, mm-hmm. like the M5.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was sort of like where I was leaning. And Audi it's always at the top of my list, mm-hmm. and then I kind of go down from there.
Yeah, and he was also considering an RS7, but those prices were more, and the insurance was way more, like ridiculously more. And that's this car's 450 horsepower, that car's 560, so that's even another bump up in performance. And this car is surely fast, but that was like a whole other bracket higher, so you're not settling for an S7. It is still an amazing car, looks, performance, sound. So that was, maybe someday he could graduate up to an RS7, but he's got a family guy, he's got young kids. So
being that this is the same engine as an RS7, yeah. You could easily down the road upgrade with your APR packages if you want to, your stages. and your mapping, mess around with that sort of stuff. But I mean, I don't really think it's anything to sneeze at right now. I mean,
No.
I think this is more than enough. It'll handle in this Pennsylvania winter.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right, the all-wheel drive is a plus because, you know, for winters here. I mean, 450 horsepower in a twin turbo is nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, his cars have always graduated up in power, and you know, this still an upgrade there. So, all right, so let's take a look at the styling of this car.
All right, so this Prestige, I have the black optics package. I have the sports package, the dynamic comfort seating package. It's got the adaptive suspension. Couple things with the sports package: you get the Audi sport differential, you get the Audi dynamic steering, you get the red calipers on here, and you also get the finish of the sports exhaust as well. So that's valved, and that's mapped to your different settings, that sort of thing. But let's take a look under the hood and let's see what we got. All right, so right here you've got your 4-liter twin turbo V8. You can see your intakes that come out off on the side here. You've got your air to water intercooler, which is right up front here. Now what you can't see underneath this cover here is inside your V, you've got your exhaust manifold that comes out the middle, which is opposite of what AMG does. They have their twin turbos that sit, they have that hot V setup where they're inside, and the twin turbochargers sit actually on the outside. So it's a really short distance from the exhaust to your turbochargers, which gives a lot better reaction time with your turbocharge, your power. So as you can see, a lot of the weight on the Audi S7s sits up front here. You've got about 60% up here on the front wheel, on the front axle, and a lot of this sits directly on top, at a little bit maybe in front of your front axle. Another reason for this, or the reason why, is because you have your all-wheel drive and your transmission all in one case. So that's why they were able to do all of this.
Yeah, that's sort of like a lot of weight, you know, for transmission and you know, drivetrain and everything up front there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a gorgeous looking engine. I mean, you could tell, you could just see with the black optic, all the black stuff, and Will switched out the badges front and back to be black, and the V8T badge there, it just fits the color so well. I think, plus the black wheels look so good with this color, this Sepang blue. So yeah, that's the engine. You know, 450 horsepower, 0 to 60 in under 4. That's a good recipe for, you know, a fast car. So let's just talk a little bit more about the styling. So I have to give a shout out to Will. I mean, he is very meticulous and detailed with how he details his cars. He uses Adams polish, and this car is absolutely spotless, and it just looks so good. You know, the Sepang blue with the black rims and the red calipers that do say S7 on them. But yeah, it's just a really aggressive looking tire. 21 inches all around. I think they look better than the stock rims, which I like that rim setup too. But yeah, you can see here that an advantage of this car is the hatch. I mean, this is not a normal sedan. That hatch goes way up. But yeah, like the same thing with like the M6 and like a CLS. It's you lose a little bit of space, you know, compared to like an A6 or, you know, a Mercedes E-Class, but it just looks so good. I mean, this car as a side profile is just a gorgeous looking car. Now, he's got the wing that goes up. You can keep that up. Okay, one thing Will was mentioning is that the front tires are a 275 width, which is sort of getting into the realm of like SUVs. I mean, that is a wide tire. They're 275s all around. And there you can just see the Lexani wheels looking so good. Now he has the blacked out exhaust tips with the black package, and the badge, the Audi rings, are blacked out as well. You can see that right there. Yeah, everything, the blacked out badges and everything looks really good with this car right there. So just to get a rear 3/4 view, I mean, it is a gorgeous looking car, and it especially looks really good being so clean. So just looking at the trunk space real quick. Now, when he went to get his other rims on, he fit all of the 4 rims and tires in the back seat of this car with, you know, with the seat sound. But yeah, this just adds to, I guess, the versatility of this car. I mean, this is, you know, in times when we're not dealing with the coronavirus, you know, he'd be daily driving this to work every day. But you can fit, you know, take his wife and kid anywhere. I mean, the space is huge. I mean, I can barely get my hand all the way to the back. But yeah, he's got nice WeatherTech mats, cargo mats. Yeah, this thing turned out pretty good. Yeah, it just sort of adds to the versatility to go along with all the performance and the styling. So yeah, all right, let's take a look at the interior.
Artlist.io.
Now right there you can see the Audi puddle lights. It's kind of hard to see because it's not completely dark yet. But yeah, the inside of this car is equally as spotless and clean as the outside. Now he's got the carbon fiber on the doors, on the dash right here. It just looks really good. Yeah, this is finished in the black leather. Carbon fiber on the dash, on the doors. His tint looks really good too. But yeah, you've got a nice like squared off steering wheel. Now this car being a 17 model, I'm not gonna say it's behind the times because this is very advanced for 2017. So his Q7 is a 17 but has similar updates. I mean, my car, which is only a model year newer, being a Q5, it's just a tiny bit more updated than this, but still, like, the screen pops up. Here, we'll turn it on.
Represent.
Yeah, so nice touch. He's got the German flag on his key. So if we start it up, yeah, when he starts it up, the screen pops up. Oh, hey, Ryan. But yeah, the flat bottom steering wheel is part of the sport package. And he's got an Alcantara on the doors, and it's got the soft touch leather all around. But yeah, you still got, Audi has always had the 2 dials in the middle, you know, and your temperature and your gas on the outside. And this has the MMI touch. This feature sort of Audis don't have anymore, but you can go through your radio presets and a couple other things with the numbers there. But this carbon fiber just looks so good. I will never get sick of seeing carbon fiber on the dash and, you know, just featured in cars. It just looks so good. Now, if there's going to be a slight knock on this car, and Audis in general, they have like a soft limiter on the tach. I mean, you cannot rev the car over 4,000 RPMs. I guess that's just so people don't go crazy banging on the limiter, you know, messing up their cars. So if we give it a little gas, see, it just sort of stops at 4,000, which is fine. You know, whenever I watch like the Car Wow drag races, whenever they have the Audis, he's like, oh, here we are with another Audi with the soft limiter. And I'm sure you could probably take that off, right? Like if you really wanted to, or not even.
I don't know if the APR, the stage, the ECU tunes and all that sort of stuff, I don't know if they can do that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, like, who cares? You already know what you're working with. You don't need to rev the balls off it to get up to $6,000. You know, your red line. So that's one slight little knock on Audis. But yeah, you've got the screen that pops up, and I mean, Will being a taller guy, he fits in here just fine. But yeah, this is the interior. The quality is there, and it is just absolutely spotless in here. So that is a credit to him. And I haven't driven that many cars that have the flat bottom steering wheel, so I'll be sort of interested to feel how this feels. And this sort of does feel like a smaller diameter steering wheel. I guess just a little different than what I'm used to. But I guess when we get out on the road, we'll check that out. But yeah, lots of quality in here, and it works. All right, let's just check out the back seat real quick. Okay, so one other small drawback to this car is it's only 4 seats in the back. I guess your typical sedans with the normal lift trunks, you know, not the hatchbacks, have 5 seats, but that's fine. Now, do I fit in here where Will had the seat? Not too bad. I mean, it's a little bit tight. I mean, you're not going to use this as like, you know, to haul like 6 people around. But yeah, it's a little snug, but that's okay.
It'll move a little bit though, because that's the easy entry exit.
Okay. Oh, like it moves up when you turn the car on. Yeah, so there you can get a good look at the interior. It just looks good. That wheel almost looks like a previous generation, like RS5 and RS7. But yeah, there's Ryan's seat right there. She fits just fine. So this is the back seat. Yeah, you don't buy this car for the back seat. All right, so this has been just a quick walk around of Will's new car. Will's 5th car since I've known him. I always have to rat him for that because I'm never going to be in that realm of getting cars so often. But yeah, this is a 2017 Audi S7. And I always say when I look at cars like this, it ticks all the boxes. The styling, absolutely gorgeous. with the hatchback look and the big wheels, 21s. The performance is there, 0 to 60 under 4, twin turbo, 450 horsepower, plus the Audi, performance and styling that goes with everything. So I don't know who is driving and ripping it on the highway. Is that bikes?
Yeah.
All right, someone's having some fun on the highway here. So, Will, I think you got a good car. And can you please hold on to this one?
You know what? I can't make any promises.
Yeah.
I can't.
Watch, we'll come back in 2.5 years from now, and he's gonna have like a Hockenheim silver like RS7.
Hey, and like it, so he said 5 cars since he's known me. It's 5 cars in 5 years. So
it's not normal. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
It's a little more freaky. He's not quite on the Kevin Baker level of buying cars.
Shout out Kevin Baker.
Yeah, what's up, Kevin? Yeah. 6 months ago, he got a 911. Now he just traded in for an R8. So we're
Beautiful R8.
Yeah, we're not quite on that level here, but we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So this car is beautiful. Like when Will showed me pictures of this, we were talking about this for weeks before he ever got it back in June.
Yeah.
And he's like, bro, I think I found it. And I a couple days before, he was looking at a Porsche Macan GTS. It was in that gray color.
Yeah.
That car was slick looking, but I sort
can't
of
remember the name of the gray. But
it was like something something I don't know. But
it's slick. It's a dark like charcoal metallic. Yeah.
But when he showed me this car, I kind of had a feeling. I was like, okay, I think that's going to be it, because I knew he always likes Audis. His wife drives an Audi as well. It used to be his car. Well, it still is his car. So I think this is a beautiful car inside and out, and I think he's going to have lots of fun with this. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think about this car, the 2017 Audi S7. So we're going to get this thing on the road now just to see what it's like. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at GemmyD on Cars, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.